I'm genuinely excited to see what George Pickkins can bring to the table this year. After all the buzz and speculation, it really feels like he might be the missing piece the Cowboys have been searching for in their offense. There's always some skepticism when a new player comes in, especially when it involves concerns beyond just talent, things like character and off-field matters. And sure, those questions are valid. But if anyone can handle that kind of challenge, it's the leadership around him, coaches like Mike Tomlin and, of course, the team's quarterback Dak Prescott. They set a high standard. And if Pickens can't align himself with that, then, honestly, the problem lies with him, not the organization. From a pure football standpoint, the fit seems perfect. The kind of skills Pickens has match exactly what the Cowboys need in their passing game. Someone who can stretch defenses, create mismatches, and open up the field for everyone else. This idea of carefully integrating a new quarterback or offensive weapon isn't new in the NFL. You often hear fans and analysts talk about drafting a rookie and having them sit behind a veteran for a year or two, learning the ropes before they're thrown into the fire. It's a strategy that has proven effective time and again. Taking a quarterback and letting him develop quietly behind a seasoned player can pay huge dividends down the line. It's about having a long-term vision, a plan that doesn't hinge on instant results but on sustainable success. And looking at the Cowboys, a team that tends to avoid going all in on a single season, this approach fits their general philosophy. It might not be the popular, flashy move, but it's smart and pragmatic. If the timing is right, maybe a year or two from now, and the team drafts a promising quarterback in any round, whether it's the first, second, or even later, it could set the stage for a smooth transition when the time comes to replace Dak Prescott. Considering Dak's age and injury history, thinking about the future in this way isn't just wise, it's essential. Fans often ask when the Cowboys will finally break through and make a deep playoff run, possibly reaching the NFC Championship or even the Super Bowl. It's the million-dollar question that haunts Dallas every year. Predicting that moment is tough because it depends on a million factors: how the team stays healthy, how well the pieces fit together, and how aggressive the front office is in addressing weak spots. The truth is, if the Cowboys continue to fall short despite signing big-name free agents, the narrative that will emerge is unfortunately predictable. People will point fingers at the players, saying Dak can't win the big game or that Micah Parsons doesn't show up when it counts. That kind of scrutiny is brutal but also fair, because in professional sports, results are king. What's interesting, though, is that if the blame shifts more toward players and coaches rather than ownership, it might actually reflect some progress in how the team is managed behind the scenes. For years, criticism has been leveled at the Jones family for their decisions, or lack thereof. But if the fault lies more with the on-field execution, that signals a different kind of challenge, one focused on performance rather than management. Now, speaking of exciting new talent, Donovan Asaku is a name that's getting a lot of attention. And for good reason. Coming out of Boston College, he's an edge rusher with serious potential. Before the draft, I honestly didn't think he'd still be available when the Cowboys picked in the second round. He was widely expected to go early in the first round, so landing him where they did feels like a big win. I had him ranked as my fifth best edge rusher in the class, so getting him at that spot was a bit of a surprise, but a welcome one. That said, it's important to manage expectations. Comparing Asaku directly to Micah Parsons is tempting, but probably unfair. Parsons has started his career in a way that's almost unprecedented. There aren't many players who have matched his impact through their first few seasons. So, while we should be excited about Asaku, it's better to let him develop at his own pace. If he can become a reliable 10-sack guy, that alone would be a fantastic return on investment for a second-round pick. The Cowboys' quarterback room is another hot topic going into the new season, and opinions are all over the place. It's clear the competition is fierce, but also uncertain, especially with injuries and roster shakeups. There's been talk about where players like Bland and Elam might fit in the defense once key starters return to full health. Some think Bland could play nickel with Elam on the outside, and then switch once other players like Diggs or Revel come back. It's a complex puzzle, and coaches have to balance who gives the best coverage and pressure against some of the league's top wide receivers. The rookie quarterback from the third round, 20 CL, also faces a tough challenge stepping into a starting role against elite competition right away. The uncertainty around the quarterback room is understandable, and confidence levels vary widely among fans and analysts alike. There's no denying the pressure on those players to perform. Especially early in the season, injuries have long been a stumbling block for the Cowboys, and their history with rehabbing players is a mixed bag at best. Fans point to players like Steele, Diggs, and Gallup, who have all struggled to return to their previous form after injuries. While some have bounced back quickly, their level of play hasn't quite reached what was expected. It's been a harsh reminder that recovering from serious injuries isn't always straightforward. Each player's journey back is unique, and the team's ability to manage that process effectively can make or break a season. This makes players like Sam Williams and others returning from injury wildcards no one can predict exactly how well they'll perform. That uncertainty adds a layer of complexity to the team's overall outlook. There's a lighter side to the conversation too, like the fun with Madden simulations. Fans love to joke about what it would be like if the Madden version of the Cowboys made it to the Super Bowl. Imagining a Cowboys versus Bills matchup in the game, for example, brings a smile to many faces, even if the real-life team still has questions to answer. These playful moments remind us all why we love the sport: the passion, the drama, and the endless speculation about what could happen next. When it comes to the front office, many wonder if the Cowboys' leadership is hesitant to make early moves in free agency or extensions. The sense is that they don't want to be the first to call and risk overpaying or losing leverage. Historically, the Cowboys have tried to get players at a discount, thinking their brand would give them special treatment, but times have changed. The league is more competitive, and the Cowboys no longer get that kind of preferential treatment. Recognizing this reality would be a smart step for the organization. It's no longer 1997, and the team hasn't won a Super Bowl in decades. The market dynamics are different now, and the front office needs to adapt accordingly if they want to build a championship contender. Cutting players is always part of the off-season conversation, and there's no shortage of names being discussed. Some players seem likely to be released, either due to salary cap concerns or because the team wants to move in a different direction. Others might be traded if there's perceived value. These decisions are tough but necessary to keep the roster competitive and flexible. The balance between keeping experienced veterans and developing young talent is delicate, and every move sends a signal about the team's priorities. Looking ahead to the season, predictions vary wildly. Some see the Cowboys winning 10 or 11 games, possibly even topping the division. Others worry about a disappointing record that could put the team in a tough spot. The range of outcomes reflects the many unknowns: the health of key players, how well the new additions fit in, and how the coaching staff adjusts to challenges. It's a season full of potential but also uncertainty, which keeps fans on the edge of their seats. Finally, when fans ask what position the Cowboys should target if they can only add one player, there's a strong case for beefing up the defensive line, specifically at nose tackle. The depth behind their current starters isn't as strong as it could be, and a dominant presence in the middle could make a huge difference against the run and in collapsing the pocket. Names like Andrew Billings come up as realistic options, though the team would have to navigate the market carefully to find the right fit. But before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Dallas Cowboys. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments as well. In a surprising turn of events, Ezekiel Elliott, former Dallas Cowboys star running back, has reportedly broken his long silence and unleashed a scathing critique of his old team. While official statements remain scarce, insiders hint that Elliott's comments could ignite a firestorm within the Cowboys organization and among their passionate fan base. Elliott, who was once the face of the Cowboys offense, appears to be expressing deep frustration and disappointment with how things unfolded during his tenure. Sources close to the player suggest that his remarks target the team's management, coaching decisions, and the overall direction of the franchise. The whispers around the league say that Elliott's words carry a tone of betrayal and disillusionment, hinting that his departure from Dallas was anything but amicable. Although no direct quotes have been confirmed, the buzz started after Elliott was spotted in a recent interview where he allegedly made veiled comments criticizing the Cowboys' leadership and their handling of key situations. This has left fans and analysts speculating whether Elliott's true feelings were held back for years and are now finally surfacing. The possibility of a public feud between Elliott and the Cowboys has football circles buzzing with anticipation. The timing of this potential revelation is intriguing, as the Cowboys are navigating a critical phase in their season and organization. If Elliott's accusations gain traction, it could create tension within the locker room and put pressure on the front office to respond. Fans are already divided. with some siding with Elliott's candidness while others defend the Cowboys' choices, emphasizing the business nature of the NFL. Ezekiel Elliott's rumored criticism also raises questions about his own future in the league. Will this episode affect his market value or impact his chances of joining another team? Or is this a strategic move to shake things up and bring attention to underlying issues within Dallas? Analysts speculate that Elliott's boldness might either tarnish his legacy in Dallas or open doors for a fresh start elsewhere. As this story develops, it's clear that Ezekiel Elliott's silence no longer holds whether these rumors are true or exaggerated. They have certainly stirred the pot in the NFL community. For Cowboys fans and football enthusiasts alike, the possibility of a feud between one of the franchise's iconic players and the team itself adds a dramatic layer to an already intense season. Stay tuned, as more details are expected to surface, potentially reshaping the narrative around both Ezekiel Elliott and the Dallas Cowboys. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Dallas Cowboys, please subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. We always look forward to your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.